ran across this. Every man is irreplaceable. Women fumble too. Every man is irreplaceable. Women fumble too. So I'll start off with the guys. I mean, naturally, we'll probably go to the women. But as men, how do you feel? Do you feel like you're replaceable?
Absolutely not.
Y'all are really quiet.
Nah, absolutely not. I mean, I love it, because you're unique and you know that you have something that the next person doesn't have. So, you may be gaining a little bit on this, but I just look at him. I'm like, damn, he's not me. Well, tough break.
I guess the a better question is, Jay, like, what do you bring to your table?
Damn, man. Kevin Samuels, brother.
Yeah, what
Well, I
makes
mean,
you unique? Jay?
what
Why
makes
are
me
you?
unique? Like,
Yeah.
for one, you gonna laugh. You gonna be taken care of. You know what I mean? Because my mom and my dad raised me. Well, let me say my dad specifically. You benefit because my dad said, "Don't let no woman have anything over you." So everything's gonna be taken care of.
All right, shout
You're
out to
gonna be. It's gonna be careful.
We do
What you
not do
say?
that feature. What some people do. I don't do that.
But nah, I mean, we're gonna laugh. I can
All
bear
right,
some of
Jay,
the
I'm
shows
gonna
y'all
put you
watch.
at the hot seat, Jay. I think we heard enough. I get it, man. You are not replaceable. I got it. I mean, he said a lot. I mean, think about. I mean, just kind of think about when we asked the women that question. The thing about when we asked the women that question, how they seem to stall, and it seemed like it's a difficult question. We got to give Jay some credit out there, man, because I mean, he actually he spoke up. He didn't hesitate. He had a long list. I had to cut him off because it was just too long.
He
And
said
he
great
didn't
things.
say I
What are you
am.
talking about?
Yeah.
He
So,
said they're gonna laugh. He's gonna be taken care of, and he has a mom and a dad. That's all he said. That's not a lot.
okay. Well, shout out to Jay, man. Jay isn't replaceable. Bruiser, would you consider yourself replaceable? And you don't have to go down the list because I know that list is long. Just Jay's as well. So
No,
yeah.
I'm not replaceable. But I
Okay.
would say
Say it louder. Say it louder so everybody can hear you in the house.
I'm not replaceable. I'm not replaceable.
Okay, there you go.
And just just to give a little, I mean, I'll push back on my own self a little bit by saying it all depends on, what I'm saying, the time the woman invested in with me. You know what I'm saying? As far as me being replaceable. So 'cause I know women, they carry emotional ties and stuff, and it's hard for them to move from partner to partner without carrying a little piece of, that emotional connection into the next relationship. So as far as replacing me, nah, because I wear on a woman's emotion.
All right. Shout out to Bruiser for being able to illustrate how much value he exhibits.
Yeah, they had nightmares about me, bro.
Oh, oh shit. Um,
No, I'm just kidding.
Nightmares.
Hank,
Nightmare.
Hank, we're gonna go ahead and move on. I don't know what that's leading to. I know Halloween is right around the corner, but
I think he's ready for
nightmares.
he's ready to hand out the candy. So I guess that's what he's getting ready for.
Okay.
But am I replaceable, JR? You can't replace a dime plus 99, baby. You can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. From somebody else, you're gonna get 100, but you're getting 109 from me. You understand what I'm saying? So that extra 9 is gonna put you over. So now I'm irreplaceable.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it, man. I don't think
You know what's true, Kelly. Don't do that.
I just think a lot of men are full of themselves and they don't really bring much to the table. So
Damn.
no one's replaceable. No one on the panel is replaceable.
Oh, hell no.
Y'all are that special. Why?
I'm great.
you can replace somebody, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get quality. So anybody can replace, but you just don't get that same quality. That's all. Depending on the person.
How come if the package is so great, why is it alone?
Because I'm protective.
I'm waiting to find that right
tribe.
lady to bless my last name with. I'm not just gonna give his blessing to everybody.
Nope.
Kelly, did you bring anybody around, your village, so to speak, your support system? Are
I
you
will
protective of them, your support system?
I will answer the question after JR goes because he was about to go and I interrupted. So I have my answer, but I'll wait.
Oh, shout out to Kelly, resting in her femininity this morning.
I know that's right.
Soft life.
I'm about to get out of it.
Yeah,
I answered the question though, so enjoy.
Okay. Well, anyhow, I was just gonna say that I think you do reach a point where you understand your value. I think that men can control what they bring to their table, and if you have the right mindset, it can be irreplaceable. Um, I've often heard from many people that um, I ain't gonna say that. Let me gather my thoughts together because
Nah, spit it out.
Say
I
it.
don't,
Go
I
ahead
don't
and say
want
it.
to come off
Say
a
it.
certain. No, okay. So like, what I know about myself, and people have heard me say this, is that I got a big heart. So I'm a giver, right? And it's not just particularly to a certain sex. It's just in general. What I give mostly is my time. And an example I'll get is that you can call me and I could be knocked out. I worked 16 hours, just went to bed, and you can call me and say, "Hey, man, my car stalled out. I need to jump. I can't get nobody else. Think you can come." I'm that person that will go, wake up out my sleep, and go to you. Don't feel like it, like damn, like, but I would go ahead and do it because that's just me. On the flip side, I don't think that people would do that for me. Typically, you can't even reach nobody, or so when I say I'm a giver, I give. Or if somebody was to mention something to me like a week ago and I come across it, I might just go ahead and pick it up because they couldn't find it or something like that. So it's just a small, like little details that I would add to somebody's life, and it's just on a smaller scale, right? But on a bigger scale, you don't find too many people that would go out their way to be able to make sure they put a smile on your face. So I mean, even people that's around me now. So I'm always willing to give and bless people, and I don't need nothing in return. I'm never looking for anything to be given back to me. So that's why I would consider myself to be irreplaceable, because when you look at the base, like that's a base that I have no matter what. And I try to be more mindful of what I'm doing for people. And I even thought about turning that switch off. But then there was something like, look, you can still give. You don't have to give 1,000%, but you can still have a balance, because maybe the action that you're doing would cause somebody else to change. So even if somebody else is disrespectful or treat you wrong or do you in, how I am might influence them to be a better person. So I'm gonna keep rocking out, just being nice. I ain't gonna give you all my time. I ain't gonna give 1,000%, but I'm gonna just still do me because that's just what my base is. So that what makes me irreplaceable. I feel like I'm rambling now.
Hey Jay, I'll bet you cussed them out the whole time. You're on the way to go get them too.
You know, the thing that come to mind is because that same particular person, like I needed something, and for the most part, it was just. I'm gonna tell you the one thing I don't like is when you ask somebody something and the reaction they give says a lot. So if they don't immediately do it and it's just like, oh, let me see, let me get back to you, and then they just do it out of pity at that point. So if somebody immediately respond like, yeah, I got you, it goes a long way, and that's how I am. But most people don't do that. I'm telling you, most people you'd be
Definitely hard.
surprised. You're like, fuck it, I'll do it myself because I ain't got
Next time
time.
I get a flat tire, I'm gonna call you. And
Yeah,
I
you can
expect
call me. Oh, I got you, Kelly.
I could see doing that for people in general, just being a nice person, polite person, having morals. But when it goes to like men and women dating and all that stuff, don't you feel like you can probably be exploited?
Are you asking me a question?
Yeah.
Okay, can you say it again? I zoned out for a second.
So like if you bring that type of mentality into like dating or like, bonding with a woman or just, getting a feel for, relationships, don't you feel like having that type of mentality can cause you to be exploited or taken advantage of or something like that?
No, I mean, if the man is conscious of what he's doing, I didn't say I was lost. Like I couldn't control what he's doing. I'm fully aware that I control most things that come in and out of your life. I think that And I had a conversation with Kelly about this before too, about being in control of your mind, right? So we all not perfect, but I still think you can, that majority of humans have control over their outcomes. Or I like to approach everything that way. So the only time that that you would hear me ever say it's like, man, I can't do it would be because I can't control it. Like I try to look at everything in life and trying to see if I can have some form of control of it so that it works out the way that I want it. So I mean, I just think you could just stop and just do this. You can just stop and say, I'm gonna lose weight. You could just stop and there's something about that. So when it comes to what you were speaking about as far as being a giver and having a good heart, I'm aware I have a good heart. Don't necessarily mean I'm gonna let somebody take advantage of my heart, right? If you got a woman in your life that's treating you good, it's, for instance, like your wife. I'm pretty sure your wife treats you good, so you're gonna treat her good. You are aware of that, and you can exercise that option to be able to give her more than you would give anybody else. That's your decision. Now, somebody that's just loosely doing things for people that they're not getting anything in return, or they treating you like shit, or then that's on them. Then they will be exploited. Yeah. So
I don't think having a good heart makes you a target for exploitation. I think that you just shouldn't give that to anyone. Like you should hold that for the person that you deem special and worthy to receive that treatment. If you're just willy-nilly giving it to any and everybody, or someone that doesn't value what you're giving them, then I think that's how you become exploited.
Oh, okay. So basically, before you start moving that way, just make sure you have an idea of who you're moving that way for.
you know what?
Uh,
I actually got a top. Then the next top we're gonna get into, I think it's gonna be a good transition. I always seem to work that way, man.
Yeah, because I think the opposite. I don't know if you want to wait to the next topic and transition to it.
No, 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 no. I want to get you guys thought about this. Every man is replaceable, so we haven't went around the panel and got everybody yet.
This is my turn or not?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So first I'll say most men are replaceable, right? But
What?
I'm just being honest, most men are replaceable. But in those cases where there's men like JR over here, there is a group of guys like that who just lead with giving, lead with their heart and not looking for things in return. And those type of guys are not always replaceable, right? I like to shop and deal in that store only, you know. So I think the guys I deal with are a lot of the times irreplaceable because when it comes to friends, family, guys you're dating, it's good to seek and be around men who lead like that and have an open heart, you know. But on yeah, like he said, a lot of guys are scared to even be that way. Look at it in a fear-based mentality, like, well, if I do this, I don't want to get taken advantage of. But it's like, if you have it to give, you have room in your heart and wallet and time, whatever it is that you're giving somebody, like, shoot, can't anybody take nothing from you that you're giving. But on the flip side, women do fumble men sometimes, thinking or not understanding, who he is as a man, and you run into somebody else like, dang, I had all this, I had this good situation, I had a good guy in my corner, and now I can't even get somebody to come change my tire for me. So it really just, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Miss Toy.
Yeah, I do believe that every man isn't replaceable. Um, a lot of times, I mean, that's like my husband. There's not a man out here that can hold a candle to him. I mean, because if he was replaceable, then I wouldn't still be with him. If something is replaceable, it's not worth staying with. So women a lot of times do fumble because they either like we discussed before, they get bored or they feel like they can do better, not realizing what they have in front of them is actually good. I mean, if it's worth you leaving, then of course you leave. But a lot of times people are looking for they're trying to get this checklist. They're trying to get all these boxes checked, and they wind up going see that the grass was really not green. The shit was artificial. It was spray painted and everything else. So if if the majority of people, I mean, because if we're gonna be honest, some women are replaceable. I'm not fucking replaceable.
Now we ain't talking about the women.
I know.
I know. That's
Okay,
on the man. Let's keep it on the man.
But I'm just saying, but no, men are not there. There are some good men out here. There are, and I've said this once, and I'll say it again. If you that good, why you still single? Because good people get picked, and that's why I brought it back to myself as saying that I'm not replaceable. My husband noticed. That's why we together. He not replaceable. I'm not replaceable. There ain't a man out here that can hold a candle to my husband. I don't care if he makes more money than him. I don't care if he's taller than him. None of that matters. I know this. I know the qualities of this man, and this man is worth me staying with and building with and giving my time to and my love to. So that's just honestly how I feel. Exactly, walk the talk. Exactly.